We are excited about our first win of the 2011 season. It was tougher than maybe I had hoped, but I have to give a lot of credit to San Jose State. They played very well, especially in the front, and we were not good enough early in the game converting third downs to keep ourselves on the field. And so the game became a game, but I'm glad that we didn't blink. We hung in there and found ways to secure it in the end. Defensively, some real improvement from week one. One drive where they scored their first touchdown. We gave up 3 third-down conversions, lost contain. We'll continue to work on that. But I think at the end of the game, we started flying around and making some plays and looking like the defense that we can be. So I'm excited about going back to work. It certainly, as wins go, wasn't pretty, but wins are better than the alternative. And so we will work hard to improve over the course of the next week and hopefully play a great game against the University of Texas. Questions?
You said the defense was flying around at the end and making plays. Why didn't that happen earlier in the game?
Well, I think they were playing well for most part of the game. There was just some plays where the quarterback got outside contain and kept the drives alive. But you know, to comment further, I'd have to look at the tape. But I felt like we were playing very well and playing like we're supposed to. We took a gamble on that 3rd down and 1, which was probably the mistake as they hit the gap and scored the long touchdown run. But those are things that we can fix and we will fix. Fortunately, we get to fix them with a victory under our belt.
Rick, the offense didn't seem to have quite the same kind of flow or momentum as it did against Houston. Were you guys stubbing yourselves a little bit?
Too many second and longs. You know, San Jose decided to, really pound the box, get up in there and make plays, which is what you do. And for whatever reason, we were not capitalizing on some throws uncharacteristically. A week ago, we were high proficiency throw game, and tonight it was not the case. I don't know what our numbers were, but I bet we weren't much better than 50%. And at 50%, you're going to lose drives because you're not going to be able to take advantage. We've got to be a much better team than that throwing the ball. We don't need to throw it much more, but we have to be a higher percentage, and we'll continue to work on that.
What do you think of the tackling tonight, Coach? Was it better than last week?
My sense is it was. We'll look at the tape and decide, but my sense is it was.
Rick, any reason you can point to why Derek was so much more effective than Jonathan tonight?
Well, I think it was heavy in there. There was a lot of safeties in the box coming downhill, which is why we were able to take some advantage over the top. We 2 interference calls and 1 big play to Nelson. But, when there's people down there, a bigger guy is able to carry his pads maybe with a little bit more force. And that's why Derek was so important to tonight's win. But I also like that we found a niche of being physical. At a point in the game where we needed to, we found a way to be physical. And that's what I told our team. When we had to, we were able to carry our pads with some leverage and move the pile and took the game to them.
Rick, how do you rate the quarterback play tonight?
Tonight was not as good as week 1. I'm judging off just my initial reaction. I have to look at the tape. I'll have more for you tomorrow night or on Monday, to be fair. But I thought in terms of being tough and managing the game and getting us to checks, I thought from that standpoint he did a pretty good job.
Seemed like there was a sense last week that you guys kind of took a step forward in a loss. Do you feel like you took a step back in a win tonight?
Well, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? I'm certain that many of you are going to say just that. My take on this is that we had a chance to blink and didn't. We found a way to play it well when we had to. We can take from that, and we can learn how to play that way earlier in ball games. The psychology of football is something that is very difficult to put your finger on, but I think if we come back with the right attitude for a great week of practice, we'll be a much better football team by next week. And it's certainly easier to do that at 1-1 than it is at 0-2.
Rick, has to be pretty relieving to see that Kip Smith respond the way he did today.
Absolutely. There's another case in point. You know, you have to believe in people. You have to give them confidence, and you have to let them know that you are absolutely behind them and know that inside them lies the talent that caused you to recruit him. And let's get that out and enjoy it and celebrate it. And that's what Kip did, you know. So it was fun. It was neat to see the kids congratulating him in the locker room.
Rick, you had said before last week's game against Houston, before that game, that you guys would have to win. You knew would have fans interested and want to come out to this game. This stadium was less than half full. Were you disappointed by that? Did you expect that?
You never get disappointed at the people who come to your game. It's our job to get more to come. But the ones who come, we love them, we appreciate them, and we're looking forward to having them back next weekend. All right, thank you.